That's cool. Okay, so I'm looking at the camera holder. Video is running. So let's take a quick little spin. Right now, I am on my new BMW R18B. The B is for bagger. Just picked this up yesterday. I did a video initially yesterday, or at least I thought I was doing a video. My first test ride on the thing, and I rode for about a half hour, talked about all the features of the bike, and got back to figure out there was nothing on the video. So decided I would try this again. Let me just verify. Video is still running. See, this is cool little holder for the cell phone. It's inside a compartment in the tank. And it claims it is recording. So we're going to go for a little spin. What I love about this bike is it is big. The thing about big motorcycles is they demand respect. I mean, you can see this has got a huge engine sticking out of both sides of it. Nice little fairing. We're going to go for a little spin. Hopefully I can talk about some things and tell you my opinions of them. First off, I'm just going to say 1800cc twin, opposing twins motor, 6-speed transmission. It is probably 91 horse. And I think I heard it's 116 foot-pounds of torque, which is big displacement for an opposing twin. And you can feel it. The bike is heavy, weighs about 874 pounds, I think. So we're close to the 900-pound mark. A little hard to get off the kickstand, but for such a big bike, this thing is very nimble. And you can see right now, even at a low speed, I don't have to really worry about it so much because it's got a really low center of gravity. Yeah, so let's just take it for a little spin. I'm going to check from time to time at my tank just to make sure. Yep, we're still recording. I have the snap on my vest. It's kind of defective. It pops open on me all the time. So, again, this is BMW R18. This thing is a beast. Put my visor down. One thing about this bike, I mean, aside from the fact that it's new, is it handles so well. It's smooth. I mean, you go into turns and it just plants it. I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that it's such a low center of gravity. I ride Harleys, and I can tell you right now, this thing probably is more responsive and more agile than my Harley. Very comfortable. I mean, that gives you a nice sense of security when you're riding it. So I'm just going to take it for a little spin here and then maybe talk about a few things. So yeah, this one comes to me, or at least the one I picked out, is a black Storm metallic, or black metallic storm, I guess. But it's got the complete all blacked out engine package. Small fairing on the handlebars. Very nicely done. They got a nice array of gauges here, analog stuff as well as digital. And this one over on the right hand side, you'll see that is what they call the power reserve gauge. And that's supposed to let you know as you're accelerating how much power you have left. And you can see as you twist the throttle, it goes down. Yeah, I like this thing. My other bike is also a BMW, but that one's it's a boxer motor as well, but that's like more of a sport bike. That's the Boxer Cup replica, which is very cool also. So one thing about this bike is it has 3 different ride modes. They have one that they call rain, one that is roll, and one that is rock. Obviously the roll being in the middle is just kind of the middle of the road power mapping and suspension package. That's what we're in currently. Very nice, very responsive. I mean, I twist the throttle and I got power. I'm going to attempt to get on the freeway here and just do a little bit of freeway speed real quick. We'll see how it feels. Very typical for a boxer motor to have that torque to the side when you rev it up. Most people say that's a little unnerving, but coming from a boxer, it's kind of, and one who enjoys that, that's kind of the feature I was looking for. And it does not disappoint. Getting on the freeway, there's plenty of power. And again, this is just in that average power mode. We'll go ahead and see if we can get into some more traffic. Yeah, no problem getting up and out of the way. And that's not even in the more aggressive mode. Fourth gear, 3 grand, no problem at all. Pretty much idling. Yeah, a little rice burner. Good thing is I don't have to live like that no more. You know, all of my friends were talking about how can you put better pipes on it, this and that. I'll be honest with you, at 60 some odd years old, I'm actually looking to quiet things down and relax a little more than get obnoxious and loud like that was. And this might fill the bill nicely. It's a nice posture. I'm straight up and down, pretty much flat-footed on the pegs or the actual pedals or floorboards. Very comfortable. I'm going to take it on another portion of the freeway here, and we'll just go for a little run up 17. You know, this bike is still pretty much breaking in. So, oh, that's a lot of bumps right there, but I'll tell you what, the suspension just soaks it up. Yeah, no problem. kind of a gloomy day out. I mean, there's breaks of sunshine, but you can see the dark clouds. Gives you kind of an eerie feeling sometimes, but that's all right. It's just an opportunity to ride, right? So yeah, let me talk a little bit about some of this gauging on here. We have this huge panel down here, which is very nice, but the analog gauges are kind of what does it for me. That gives that nostalgic feel. You can actually see an analog speedo, tachometer, and then this is awesome. BMW has incorporated a fuel gauge, an analog fuel gauge. I'm telling you, that's cool. Yeah, this, I can feel there's a little bit of wind coming up from the fairing, the lower part. Kind of hit me in the middle of my chest and neck area. And then there's a little bit of wind coming over the top. Doesn't have a buffering effect, but you can feel it's there. Not a problem as far as hindering the ride. Alright, this has got 6 gears, which I'm telling you is just a pleasure. I'm 2,500 RPM, rolling in 6th gear in roll mode, and it's just moving along 75 miles an hour with no problem. 76, whatever. I know if I drop it down, 5th gear, and open it up a little bit, there's all kinds of throttle and power there. Doesn't even redline till it gets to about 5,500 RPM. Oh yeah, this feels nice. Got a lot of wind buffering, but that's my helmet. You know, a lot of the reviews I watched on this bike, they were talking about how it's just such a vibrating machine. I feel literally nothing in the handlebars, but there's like a certain RPM range where you do feel it. A little tingle in the feet and in the seat. But I'm telling you, as a boxer fan, I love that feeling. Yeah, 6th gear, wind it up and it takes off. We're going to jump off the freeway here and just kind of chill for a minute. Or maybe we're not. We'll see. Yeah, let's go another freeway for a little bit. Tell you what, let's switch up to roll or rock mode and see what it does. So we flip the little mode button, we click to rock, let it settle in. As soon as you let off the throttle, it switches over and you could feel a dynamic change. All of a sudden now the throttle is really responsive. Come down a gear or two. And I can tell you, boy, I can feel the noticeable difference in the power. And we'll see right here. As we get on the freeway, I'll open it up a little. I have to be kind of good about it because it is still technically in the break-in stage. So yeah, good visibility. Like I say, it just handles well. All right, so here's rock mode. Well, you saw it. That was 100 with no problem. In fact, it kind of gets a little unhappy. I'm backing off. Yeah, you can tell the difference. The suspension seems to get a little stiffer. The throttle response is a lot more aggressive. So it must have something to do with different mappings when you switch from one mode to the other. The other mode it has on here is rain, which I got an opportunity to ride it in rain this morning because it was drizzling out. And you can tell it was a much lighter throttle response. Okay, I'm going to come down out of that and go into roll mode again. Or maybe I'm not. I don't know. Oh, yeah, wrong button. There we go. It's kind of interesting because it'll hang up and stay in that mode until you back off the throttle. Then it switches to the other selected mode. I tell you what, though, I'm kind of liking this roll mode because everything just seems kind of easy and natural. Very comfortable position. That's a huge entertainment system, like a 10-inch display or something like that. I know this may be all noise to you right now, but let me just say that the sound system on this is very nice. It actually has Marshall speakers in it. I'm wondering if there's actually a Marshall amplifier, but I don't know that. It has 2 speakers in the lids of the tour bags, or the side bags, and then 2 up front in the fairing. So it's a nice full sound. I'm going to jump off on this exit right here. Turn signal is a single switch for both directions. One thing I noticed it does not have is a self-canceling feature. I think BMW could have done that, but I know a lot of bikes that use that type of a turn indicator don't necessarily have an auto canceling feature. I'm going to turn the sound down so that I don't get dinged for having other type of music on here. Green light. Big heavy bike. I mean, you definitely have to pay attention when you're moving this thing around. This bike also has adaptive cruise control, although I'm not using it right now. That's kind of a nice feature too. There's 3 different settings for it. You can set it for, I think it's like 20 feet, 25 feet, or 30 feet or something like that. And so what that does is if the person ahead of me stops, the bike will start slowing down as well. And as soon as that distance increases between us, the bike will start picking up and following. That's kind of cool. It also has adaptive braking, which is basically brakes that are linked together. So I grab the handbrake, and that applies 70-30 to the brakes, front and back. Whereas the back pedal itself is just strictly back pedal. So if you're in a towing mode, you can just tap your brakes and get a nice response from it. It also has engine brake assist. I don't know. my opinion, if you haven't driven a shaft drive, you should, because it's such a nice ride. And this thing is really made to be a bagger, kind of competing in that market that Harley has dominated for so long. Yeah, even in roll mode, this thing's got some response to it. As I come up to the stoplight here, it's got a heel toe shift, which is kind of cool. Take a quick peek. Yep, still video, and that's good. Very comfortable seat. Kind of think I wish the cutout was a little bit farther back, but it keeps you upright, which is a good thing, I guess. So yeah, this is my new BMW R18B. A very nice bike. Kind of looking forward to this. Should be able to get a little bit more riding time because of the comfort. One of the things I haven't shared is the fact that I've got a very badly injured shoulder, and I was having a lot of problems with my particular bagger, my Harley, with the the ape style bars. Even though they were lower ape hangers, it always felt like my shoulder was going to pop out of socket. That gets a little unnerving when you're riding. You don't want that feeling. This is a more casual, relaxed position. I don't feel that. I don't feel the extra stress on my shoulder. I'm hoping that's going to be something that benefits me, because I am digging this bike. And if you've never ridden one of these things, do yourself a favor and get on a bagger, or a boxer style engine, because there is a unique feeling. Yeah, Berlin built. Germans do know how to do it right. I guess that is true. Yeah, the feeling I get in this is very, very nice. I tell you, twist the throttle, it's got power. The suspension on this thing is pretty aggressive too. Well, let me just say this, it's an adaptive suspension, so if more weight comes on the bike, it adapts for it, sets the ride height. As far as the bumps go, it hits pretty hard bumps and just absorbs them. I know on any of my other bikes, those kind of bumps would just about be bone jarring. Has a hydraulic single plate clutch, which is kind of neat. I don't know that BMW's always done that. In fact, I know that they have not. Puts an interesting feel in the clutch lever. Typically, these controls, I don't know if you can see this, are kind of big. And it has the wonder wheel for adjusting all the menu stuff, the mode button, and then the turn signals. But you kind of have to reach for it. Not a terrible thing. So it looks like I got about 53 miles so far on the bike. That's not bad. I need to get it to about a 500 mile mark before I can take it in for service. The one thing everybody's complained about is the positioning of the shift lever and brake on this thing. Because it has these floorboards, It's really close. And I can see what they're talking about. I don't have that much of a problem. I'm kind of wearing my tennis shoes today. I guess that's what they call squidding it. But you know what? I'm comfortable with it. I can get under and shift up. I can shift down. The brakes is like almost directly across on the floorboard. That's a little strange. And then it has also a heel shift for upshifting, which I've never been used to. I had it on the Harley and I took it off because I didn't like it. Still not sure about that, but I'm not going to take this one off. I might adjust the front of the shifter up a little bit just so I can get under it with my boots. But I'll tell you what, boy, this thing just handles well. No problem there. This also, let me add something to this. It has the adaptive headlight, which from what I understand, I haven't had it night riding yet, but as you're going into turns, it'll actually shut part of the LED lighting off and enhance the direction you're turning. Again, haven't tried it yet, but we'll have to see how that goes. Maybe I'll do a night video sometime. Yeah. Anyway, very comfortable, very, very nice. You did a good job with this BMW. A few things I could think of I would change or add. Make the ride a little bit more pleasurable. But for the moment, I'm not even going to really worry about that stuff. I'm extremely happy with the purchase on this. This was not the bike I was looking for originally, but it's the bike that I kind of fell in love with after doing a little bit of review. Or not review, but research. I gotta tell you, this thing is smooth. Anyway, we're just gonna cruise along here. They just redid our road here, which is kind of like a little roller coaster. Got all these natural speed bumps in it. Kind of wish they would have leveled it out a little bit more, but I guess one could think they did. But the manhole covers are deep. All right, so back at the house. There's the charger, there's the truck, there's April's car. Here we go. We're gonna whip it in here. Make sure I'm clear. All right, home safe and sound. See if I can get this thing back into neutral. There we go. Okay, shut it off. Actually, is there anything I want to go over first? Let's just turn the music down real quick. And I'll go into some of the display stuff. Alright, so you can see on this that, let me put up my face shield. The actual display is huge. Has a couple different features on it. Let's go to the vehicle mode. Gives you all the specs on the vehicle. Go over. You know, you can see the different things that you could put in here for distances and stuff like that. Trip computer. Tire pressure. That's actually what the bike looks like too. That's pretty cool. Except for I got the blacked out package, which is the black engine covers and all that good stuff. Scheduled maintenance comes up at 567 miles an hour. Oh, that's remaining distance. So I guess this is 600 miles. Service due. It'll actually tell me. Let's go back up. We'll go over. Okay, so radio mode, obviously it has satellite and AM/FM. Let's go back, go over one more. Navigation's kind of cool. So one of the things the BMW does, and I'm just going to shut this off real quick. BMW has their own application for mapping. If you go into it, it'll give you the turn-by-turn directions, but if you go into the map mode, you actually have to have their proprietary app on and open. Not sure I like that, but that's okay. So let's go back here. We'll go one more to media. Oh yeah, by the way, you operate this wonder wheel left and right, up and down, and then the menu button up and down. Adaptive cruise control, lane spacing, headlights up in front, hazard light, horn, turn signal, start, power, auto lock, which locks the side bags. Let's go into, and we're still recording, that's cool. The media will actually let me Bluetooth from my phone. I'm not going to do that right. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a fan inside the tank behind the phone, which is kind of keeping it cool when you leave it on. That's actually really cool. Phone mode. Obviously, it'll go into my phone book. You go to the side, you can just see it'll go into all the different phone modes. I have not figured out if you can make an outgoing call. I know you can receive them, but I think BMW wants you to pay attention, so they probably don't encourage outgoing phone calls. I'm actually able to set this thing up to go to my headset, and I'm kind of trying to figure out if I can, can I remember how to do that? Let's go to media. Let's go down. Oh, wait. Go down. There it is, audio setting. In audio settings, I go to output device. You can see it's set up for speakers. If I switch to my helmet, now it shows that the volume is in my helmet. And I think that I'm supposed to be able to turn it up and down from there, but I haven't figured out how to turn it up yet. So let's go out and turn it up. I'm actually going to go back to the radio for a minute. Yeah, so that comes across in my helmet. And it doesn't work from the Wonder Wheel, so that's kind of interesting. But the volumes on the side of the helmet works. That's kind of cool. I'm going to turn that down for a minute. So, I mean, there's a lot of features about this that I do like. Some things I would change. Let me go back to the... Oh, you can see it's got heating. And if you go to heating, we'll open that up and you can do heated handlebar grips and heated seat. So those are all comfort features for me. We're just going to go right back to this mode. I like that. Is that cool? It shows you the Boxer engine on the display. If I go to the side, it'll break a split screen and show you the onboard computer readings. One more time, trip. So these are all the features that you would have saw before. I can do navigation to the side and some of the settings over here. Radio. Oh, I guess that's about it. But that's kind of cool. All right. So far, that's my review on my new BMW R18B. B is for bagger. More reviews to come. Once I figure out all the bells and whistles, I'll share a little bit more with you. Let me just step off real quick and show you a look at the bike itself. Okay. Nice low seat height, but boy, I'll tell you what. So that's the bike. Beautiful black. Nice bag setup. I just did that too. Great. Oh, I'm going to hear it from April on that one. I have to buff that out. Anyway, you know, first look at the bike is massive. It's big. This is actually the adaptive cruise control feature. It's like a sonar. And yeah, very cool. Very comfortable. Looking forward to nice long cruises on this one. All right, guys, that's what I got for you so far. You guys have a great day, unless, of course, you made other plans. Till the next time, peace out, and take care.